Hello there, and welcome to the Bit of Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. I'm of course George. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. And it's another win for Leeds, their third in a row, our third win in a row. We're reviewing the game that happened yesterday. Leeds United 2, Plymouth Argyle 1. It's a popular scoreline in this fixture. Four of the last five games at Elland Road between the two sides have finished in the same way, 2-1 to Leeds. The other one out, the odd one out, is a 0-0 draw. But yes, three more points for Leeds. We're now on 31. Incidentally, the same amount of points as we got relegated on last season from the Premier League. So 31 points in 38 games last season, 31 points from 16 games so far this season. It's been obviously a hell of a lot better. Leeds ran out 2-1 winners. For me, at Plymouth, I've seen a lot of different takes on this game. Yeah, I think Plymouth actually showed a little bit of threat, and for me, I know Leeds were pretty comfy in the game, pretty comfy for the most of it, but there was a part of me that felt a little bit of threat from Plymouth. To be fair, on the counter attack, I thought they looked a little bit threatening. Um, second half they showed it a little bit more and got that goal. But if we wind it back, obviously the starting 11, we'd heard from Fark in the week that Cooper was going to come in for the injured Pascal Strauk, who's had a hernia operation. I don't think he might miss one or two more games. I think maybe. I don't know how quickly these operations heal. Anybody who has had a hernia operation, let me know in the comments there below. But yeah, I think it's a painful one, isn't it? And he was out, but I thought Cooper did okay. He wasn't really stretched too much. But what I'm talking about threat from Plymouth is there wasn't like a visual, like an obvious visual threat. But for me, it just felt like Leeds weren't able to advance on them as much as we did say Huddersfield a couple of weeks ago. For me, it was just Plymouth had that little bit of more quality on the ball. I think that's what it was really. They had a little bit more patience, a little bit more quality on the ball, and that's I think where the threat from that I felt from them really came from. But in the end, obviously, Dan James gets the goal. It's lovely pressing from Glenn Kamara. I don't know if Kamara gets this. I think he was credited with the assist, so he must have just got his studs on the ball and passed it over to James. But it looks to me like he puts the man under pressure, and the fella just kicks it straight to Dan James. It's a lovely finish from Dan James. His fourth of the season now. He's having a good run at it into James. So fair play to him. And yeah, and then it all goes from there. Lovely curled finish, lovely right footed curled finish into the top corner. And then a few minutes later, it's your Perot, and it's great to see Perot back on the score sheet. 6 goals now for the season equals him with Crysencio Somerville. It was those two who linked up together. This is a lovely goal, to be fair. Great play by Crysencio initially to nick the ball off their defender who's advancing through our midfield straight to Perot. Perot lays it back to Somerville. He kind of advances into the area, sees Perot just on the outside, passes it off to him, and Perot is there with a low finish off the goalkeeper into the net. His sixth of the season. Great to see him back on the score sheet because he was getting a little bit of stick, and from me as well, to be not stick, but just like, yeah, we need to see a little bit more from him. Yesterday, to be honest, I thought he was my man of the match. I'm going to give him my man of the match. I haven't done player ratings as of yet, but I will do probably on the Instagram account at some point today. But I'm going to give it to Yo Perot. I thought he was better today. Got himself a goal. Just looked a little bit more tidier on the ball, in my opinion. But the second half comes and we waste chances. Obviously, Perot wastes a headed chance. If one of those chances, Anthony comes on and their keeper makes a good save, doesn't he? If one of those goes in, it's cruising to 3 points, isn't it? But as it was, um, Plymouth got us on the break a little bit, and yeah, it's a simple goal for this. It's a poor one to concede, really, and disappointing not to come away with a clean sheet again. But it's just down their right side, basically. Um, the lad gets in front of Ampadu, doesn't he, and just squares the ball. The lad Wayne, the New Zealand lad, the Kiwi fella, his first of the season. tap in from about 5 yards out. Makes it a nervy ending for Leeds, really, that, and it didn't really have to be. But yeah, I think, fair play to Plymouth. They gave us a game. I thought we'd win, and it proved that obviously we did, and it's a great 3 points going into the international break. You've got to say it's a winnable game coming up in the next one against Rotherham away after the break. So there's a real chance now for Leeds to advance on the top two. Leicester losing, our very own Sam Greenwood, of course, with an absolute peach of a free kick to beat them, to give Middlesbrough 3 points and beat Leicester. Lovely, lovely late free kick. It was a great goal. We've seen that's what he's got in his locker, to be fair. And that pulls us 8 points away from the top two and 8 points away from top. Ipswich won, so they're level with Leicester at the top. And we're 8 points further back. I think we can claw it back from one of the two of them, if not both of them. I do. And I still maintain we're the best team in this league, by a little way, actually. I know Leicester are good, but for me, I don't know that the others are coming up. Southampton got a win, didn't they? But we're pulling away. I think first port of call is secure playoff. Obviously, we don't want playoffs. We want automatic, but first port of call is secure playoffs, and they're looking likely to do that. They're 5 points clear now of seventh position. So we're just giving ourselves a little bit of a cushion, and making sure we're in there in the top six initially, and let's just buy this time. Only 16 games in. There's plenty of time. 40 games left. Sorry, 30 games left. 30 games to go, so there's plenty of time. We can just, if we're not there, come sort of January, February time, we can just keep ourselves within reaching distance, touching distance, and then strike when the time is right. I do believe we'll go up automatic. It's just chasing them down, and they will crack. I know we're going to have defeats along the way as well, but I just feel like we're the best side. We didn't put them to bed yesterday, and they had a little bit more threat than I think some people might have been giving them credit for. And that they played all right, really, defensively. There was a couple of slips, obviously, that from their point of view that gave us goals, but I think the quality from our point of view, from our end, was always going to win that game, really. And we did. Any Plymouth fans, let me know how you enjoyed Elland Road if you end up watching this. And the trip down, was it a long day? I'm sure it was a long day. Maybe you even stayed in Leeds and you're spending a day in Leeds today on the Sunday, who knows. But let me know in the comments there below. Thanks very much for watching. Just a sign, I think Plymouth will probably be fine in the end. There are worse sides than them in this division, that is for sure. But thanks very much for watching. Marching on together. I'll see you on the next one.